Hello everybody, this is Hunter Black Luna, and welcome back to Let's Play Multiplayer Mass Effect 3. This is actual post-commentary, which is not something I normally do, but is necessitated by the fact that I fucked the audio up, and I mean really fucked it up. Like, normally if I mess up audio levels, I will just, go with it, but in this one the mic was so loud it overpowered everything. It was terrible, I was yelling. But the reason I was yelling is because we completed Operation Raptor, and one of the consequences of that is we unlocked the Krogan Sentinel, and this is what this episode is all about. My gleeful use and learning and making mistakes with the Sentinel class of Krogan, that is. Just name him not in tribute to the best Krogan clan ever. And I dithered around in the UI, not as much as I did in other episodes. I might be talking as much about commentary and post-commentary and Let's Playing as I do about the video. I have it running on mute, recording with Audacity. I should be recording the commentary in a separate track. That's much better for, production values. You can adjust the level of commentary, but this one was so... my microphone is now set on 10. 10 is pretty standard. For the recording now, it was set on 100. That is 100. That's 10 times louder than normal. And like I said, I was running around as a Krogan charging. This is Tuchanka. Alright, upgrade pattern for the Krogan. Incinerate and Lift Grenade are both amazing powers. Even though the Sentinel class now, I really don't like the direction they took the class. It's still a good class. And when it comes to this tree, I'll always pick a weight capacity bonus. There's a 7.5 weapon damage bonus, but really that one's a no-brainer. And I believe I decided to fully evolve Krogan Berserker in this one for the decrease in the weight of shotguns. Krogan can really carry shotguns like they're nothing. Let me tell you, starting on at level 11 with this Krogan made the difference. And you have to give at least 1 point into that. It's the fitness tree, but it's rage because it's a Krogan. What do you expect? I'm probably just gonna completely have to throw out game audio too. And there's not much to be done about that. So like the time me and the wife recorded the dual commentary on one of my Just Cause LPs. I don't. Yes, he does look just like Rex, doesn't he? This is just the preparation phase anyway. And then I had to decide what weapons to give him. And it's really tremendous. Look at that power recharge speed if he just has a shotgun. Now, in this game they improved shotguns greatly, but I still wasn't really comfortable just giving him a shotgun and nothing else. And I did want to try the M300 Claymore since I didn't really give it a shot. Here's the thing, it's single shot and then you have to reload. And I'm really shitty at aiming shotguns, so if you know how this goes, well, we'll see though. I believe that was unlocked with a rare crate. Not much else to level up, don't have the points for it. I was pretty eager to get Erdnot back into action to see how he did, even though it takes a while to understand the balance between when you can afford to be a jackass and run around and headbutt people, and when you need to buckle down and play legit. Eventually, what I settled on for my secondary is not a submachine gun. The only submachine gun worth its salt anymore is the Tempest. And in Mass Effect 2, that was probably the best vanilla SMG. Obviously, the Locust was the best thing ever. But the Tempest in this game is good, and I'll have to keep that in mind. I just kind of wrote it off alongside the Shuriken and the Locust. I elected to try with the Assault Rifle, but... because the Avenger's not bad too. It's basically an SMG, especially with the level 5 upgrade we have on it from random crates. Matchmaking. Sometimes I cut out so much of this stuff. Sometimes it's easy to find a game, sometimes it's not. This particular room. You could kind of tell the two guys at the top were, I don't know. I think this is the one where... yeah, I got a vote kick on me for no reason really. It's bronze. So I'm like, fuck that noise. I would being vote kicked always pisses me off in any game, especially when I haven't actually done anything. That's when I just say fuck it. If I'm not welcome, I'm not welcome. I won't be on a team like that. Luckily, a lot of people are still playing this game. Although I mentioned in previous segments how awesome it would be if we could play across consoles, there's not really a legitimate reason why we can't, except they decided we can't. Luckily, we quickly found a match here. Although, I believe this is the one where I was fated for tragedy because it's a silver round against Cerberus, I think. Hostile forces will attempt to stop you. I like how the armor color looks. It looks a lot different in the menu. Sort of like that purplish blue color that we had for Aya after we promoted her. Here's me trying to just run around, melee everything, shoot everything. See, the problem is, what I have with aiming shotguns is you only get one chance with the Claymore. And yes, it's absurdly powerful if you hit with that one chance. But, and here's just me wading into Cerberus and headbutting, which is, you know, it's what Krogan do. And the Krogan are so much hardier than other classes when it comes to that. Although, if you don't know what you're doing, yeah, that's kind of humiliating. What is this, round one? Yeah, it takes a while to learn the ropes for this class. Krogan can be very powerful and useful when skillfully employed, and like I said, they can tank even more than their statistics might imply, which was one of my continual complaints for Mass Effect 1 was that Rex and Garrus and Shepard were basically the same amount of squishiness, which felt ridiculous to me because Turians look tough and Krogan are supposed to be the toughest motherfuckers in the galaxy. Oh right, and I get disconnected. Well, I'm glad I got disconnected before anything really happens. I'd vastly prefer this to like the shuttle lands and then you get disconnected. That's the worst. That's 15 to 30 minutes of your life down the drain. And I was just kind of praying that it would bring me back, but at this stage, no, it doesn't really. So a combination of two things, Sentinel and Krogan that I am learning a little bit. I suspect that's what Krogan do to let off steam anyway, is headbutt their allies. So I'm like, fuck it. Be easy on me, guys. I am not used to post commentary. People usually expect a higher standard of commentary from post because you have time. You could have notes with you. You could have topics to review. Whereas if you're commentating live, people kind of understand that you're trying to win the game too. Basically, you can't always be on snap, 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 which is why a lot of pros do post. And why people like me, one of the reasons I do commentary while I play is it's so much easier and simpler. You don't have to go through the footage again. I typically do very little editing in a video unless it's necessary. And in this case it's necessary. Here I'm reviewing the different types of shotguns, and I'd eventually decided to go with the Eviscerator. You know, post commentary is different. And interesting. It's just it's a whole different ballpark, I guess. And I wouldn't say one is better than the other. It's sort of like blind runs versus having encyclopedic knowledge. You can make arguments for both, and more importantly, people prefer both. Like, different people will prefer different things, and that's your choice in entertainment. So here I am playing the matchmaker game. A matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. I just wasn't comfortable going in with just a shotgun, even though the Eviscerator's pretty good stuff. So I decided on the Phalanx, because the Phalanx is great. Here's the thing. I might have mentioned it before, Krogan block a lot of your vision because you're over the shoulder in Gears of War style. So having the pistol scope actually helps me aim. Generally, it's not much of a help. Sometimes it even impedes my aim, but also the scope looks really ridiculous on that pistol, I have to say. I'm super serial, guys. Got the best weapons in the bunch. I use that feature now a lot to examine how people have weapons and whatnot, and the equipment they have. It's nice. And quick match again. I quickly realized I wanted. It's sort of like doing a Vanguard. I can only do it at a bronze level, honestly. Yeah, screw the area. I will be playing more of Krogan though. This is the round where I started to figure myself out a little bit. Here, using the pistol scope to snipe a little bit, Halo style. Bringing them down. Enemies tend to funnel in these early waves. This is on this map. That is the exact thing you want. Is them coming down that specific way. And if like every enemy comes down that way, you can just the round can be over in moments like that, before we can even go around and get a flank off. And of course, this is bronze, but here's where the enemies tend to spawn. That's where you want them to spawn, which is why people tend to cluster up at that place we all are. The place I'm not right now, not inside the base. Also, the enemy spawning behind me kind of annoyed me, and I missed there. Aiming with the melee it takes a bit. It is kind of fun to do the dance with enemies, though, where just regular headbutts take too much time and they don't stun the enemies enough. So his buddy was wailing on me, but because Krogan are so tough, like any other class I tried that shit, they just down me, and it would be humiliating. Go down to bronze level Geth on like wave 2. Also, remembering Incinerate, I do not remember to detonate my tech armor. I just don't. It was not an instinct bred into me in Mass Effect 2 because that shit just happened. And I'll say it again, they nerfed the Sentinel class like hard. And you know what? The Sentinel class might have deserved it, but damn it, I was a Sentinel player, Sentinel fan. And it's still my favorite class, despite everything that's happened to it. Followed probably... Well, you can see the 3 classes that I bothered to promote were Sentinel, Adept, Engineer. And of that, Sentinel and Engineer really are my 2... Wait, no, I promoted Infiltrator, too. Derp. Those are my 4 classes I like, with the Infiltrator, the Sentinel, and the Engineer being the 3 that are my... Yeah, I'd say I really like them. Especially in Mass Effect 2 and 3 when they changed the Engineer to have the combat drones, and in 3 you have turrets, and... It's fun times. You can do a lot. Here's me. I'm getting a little bit... Well, I'm getting enthusiastic, but I'm also trying... Never try to melee those people while they're floating. It really doesn't work. And also find cover when your shields are down, generally speaking. See, here's a great place to detonate tech armor, and I just did, but I did it by accident. Try to pop a couple grenades in there, get a bunch of kills, actually, if you look at the lower right-hand side. I didn't think I accomplished that much with the grenades. I was grumbling about it. But no, there were just lots of Geth. Geth hunters. I swear, hunters are half the reason why playing the Geth on, say, gold difficulty is a pain. Because there are tons of them, and they will find you, and they will kill you. And Geth Pyros, too. It's the Pyros and the Hunters. Even, Geth Primes are, big dudes. You take cover from them, you take them out. They're tough, but also, I believe around here I was expressing incredulity that a Geth could go in a melee contest with a Krogan. Because, Krogan just fucking bowl people over, and that's the idea. Honestly, I would probably prefer this to a Krogan soldier class, although that one would probably be very good too. And I wouldn't turn my nose up at it if it were offered to me by the game. Just doing a bit of pistol sniping. I've recorded a lot of multiplayer now. Like, I mean a lot. Not as much content as the campaign yet, but I have a feeling by the end I will have done at least as much multiplayer as campaign. Maybe it's because I'm a person of habits, but I really enjoy... I'm really digging the multiplayer, doing the same thing, doing the Horde mode cooperative. I prefer cooperative multiplayer to competitive. I would have liked co-op campaign. And in fact, I'll talk a little bit about that. Doing a co-op campaign wouldn't be that hard. You wouldn't even have to, make 2 shepherds or any sort of lame thing. This is when my family returned. Dad was going to the doctor, get some doctor stuff, and Mom was with him, drive him, just in case. So they come back, so I had to mute my mic. Luckily, that doesn't matter here. Because, well, the mic was screwy. And I hadn't checked the mic level in a while, so I panicked and went back. Previous videos are, okay, they're fine. It was just this one that had been fucked up. And obviously, any number of programs change your microphone levels. So really, you should check that before you do any recording. It's just annoying as hell. See here, I know. Oh, I think I get this guy. Yeah, I get him. Doing a little more with the shotgun, getting a little bit better with the aim, getting a little more experienced. Just knowing when to hold them and when to fold them. With any class, you get better just with practice, which is what bronze, practice, have some fun, hit some moving targets pretty much. Okay, so campaign. If they didn't want to take the rooting campaign like Halo, where there's just suddenly two Master Chiefs running around, because most campaigns don't acknowledge co-op at all unless you're specifically built for that, like with the Arbiter in Halo 3 or something. What they could do is, well, just really easily think like, in most co-op things, there's the one person whose campaign it really is, and then a co-op guy is just, he just fucking pops in. It's not his adventure too. If you wanted to go that route, it'd be really easy to just say like, you could just assume control of one of your squad mates, like Garrus or Liara. I'm sure it would be a lot of fun. Oh, I'm getting some slowdown thanks to Windows Movie Maker. The commentary is going to be out of fucking sync. Isn't that beautiful? Alright. Pausing the commentary at... Oh, no, I'm not. It stopped. I don't know. This is not a perfect system I've got it on. Windows Movie Maker is such a shitty program. It's free, which is the only reason I suffer it at all. Here's me trying to melee a pyro. It works because I had team support. Uh, I do believe I was also screaming things at this point, like "Oh, Krogan," and I did remember to put in slogans from Heavy Weapons Guy too. And of course, since I lost it, I'm free to say, "Oh man, it was the best commentary ever, guys." It was just lost due to technical reasons, and headbutt your friends a little bit. That's always an important part of being a Krogan. I feel is the headbutting. What was it? Samantha Trainer said, "Unstoppable juggernaut of headbutting destruction." Well, she was talking about Shepard, but Krogan count too. So, like I said, it would be really cool to control Liara or Garrus or whoever, like, maybe select which squad mate you are, and then, the guy, the Shepherd chooses the third. Or something of that nature. It wouldn't take very much effort, honestly. So, I agree. Specifically, I heard the criticism from Angry Joe that he wanted to see cooperative campaign. I agree. That would have been nice. What we got, though, I'm cool with Horde mode. I love Horde mode games. Specifically, even like Halo ODST, which was, man, poster child for DLC being priced like a full game, which, by the way, didn't have matchmaking in its Horde mode. You had to. It's called Firefight. It was a really cool firefight mode too, with like skulls active and all sorts of special conditions and modes and challenges. The only thing it lacked was multiplayer because it was going off the Halo 3 engine, and they literally didn't want to expend the work, which was really sad because they charged full price. They charged, and they included multiplayer map packs with it. But the campaign and the firefight mode, but like I said, there was no matchmaker, so you had to know people who wanted to play. So you can imagine what happened really quick. Like a month or two, everybody's playing it, and then people just kind of stopped. They were just kind of done. This was my experience. I was just kind of done with ODST, honestly. I'm just talking right now. Like, you guys can see the action that's going on. Krogan, a lot of fun. I am full of sandwich and I am coming for you. Things like that. I saw a video with Heavy Weapons Guy voiced over a Krogan, and that's what inspired me. Poor guy gets flanked by a ton of stuff. I don't remember if I tried to warn him over voice chat. Like most players, I'm pretty skittish about using my mics, but man, it helps. Yeah, I missed with my grenades. I just have to remember to keep using my grenades. Headbutt, headbutt, derp, derp. So awesome. There we go. Bring them down, use your incinerate, use your powers, even though the recharge time is kind of brutal. Considering I've got two weapons here, oh goodness. Considering I've got two weapons here, that recharge time, and the tech armor, of course, Recharge time ain't bad, and when I can fully upgrade the tech armor, it'll reduce the penalty even further and help me just fucking tank. Because the thing about tech armor now is it helps you even when your shields are down. It reduces damage. So they just changed it a lot, really. I still think it looks cool. In fact, I think it looks cooler than the second game. In the second game, there were points when I think it was during cutscenes. Was it there or not? It was. I had a beef about it, but I don't even remember it. So I guess it wasn't that important of a beef. More pistol sniping down this lovely, lovely. Like this is where you want enemies to be, honestly, because you can just bring them down. Normally, I'm not very good at these eliminate the target objectives, but man, if they whittle into scope like that, oh, I'm happy to oblige. Just shoot myself dry on ammo. Paladin. I used the Paladin pistol a lot during Mass Effect 2 because it was DLC weapon and it was powerful. In fact, really powerful. They nerfed the power, but they made it overall more useful, and they took off the godforsaken laser sight thing. I don't care that I went down. I killed him. And like I said, by this point I was screaming. The audio here was really bad. It was like noticeably bad. It was so bad, even if I turned the volume down to the tick right above completely muted, you could still hear like horrible, harsh tones. Kind of like Reaper indoctrination going on. You will. Oh. Allies can be kind of a buzzkill sometimes. Although, as I've said many times before, having your enemies die too quickly and easily for your liking is one of those okay problems to have. Like, oh, I'm drowning in a giant sea of money. It's a problem that, you can handle it. Man, that round seemed to really fly by. And it did in the game, too. I know it's bronze, but this was a good team. Get to the extraction zone. Although, you got 2 minutes. And it's almost better to hang out here and keep the perimeter clear and stuff so that they don't swarm the landing zone. Now on bronze that isn't much of a problem, but on gold you'll wanna heed that advice. Which there was a really great like gold multiplayer tips video, and I can't remember the YouTube username. I suppose now would be the time to, figure it out. In fact, yeah. I'm not going to stop the video, but I am going to look up, because I actually put it in my favorites. See, this is something you can't do in live commentary at all. Go to my YouTube favorites, and this was the same person who did Heavy Weapons Guy Plays Mass Effect 3. The username is Guide Me Silly. Guide Me Silly, all one word. Did gold multiplayer tips and tricks like staying out of the LZ when you're on gold, because if you do that, that's an invitation to every enemy in the zone to swamp your ass. Oh, I love biotics and like sending enemies flying and stuff. That's one of the best things ever. Although tech powers are usually more on my sleeve. This is why the Eviscerator is so good, because even at range, doing some damage. And that's why I'm not good with shotguns, because we just saw an example of me miss several times in a row because of, or especially like at close range. Actually, I got the kill for that, which kind of surprised me. I was a little off. The game could be a little forgiving or a little merciless, depending. And as you can see, we really knew we had to book it because, 10 seconds. We win. Completely out of ammo, but we win. Oh, 1 bullet. I was trying to find somewhere to unload that 1 bullet to get a final kill, but as you can see, the teammates were doing a great job of taking them out. So finally, So I escaped with my 1 bullet, and we won. Anyone you walk away from is a win, especially so convincing. We face rolled that whole friggin' encounter. Here's where I went. I muted my mic and went to go talk with the family because they were here, and you gotta go talk with them, especially when you haven't seen them all morning. Staying over at my parents' right now, just chilling out with them. Which, their internet is so shitty. I'm amazed I don't get disconnected constantly. Frankly, since I usually find myself in 3rd place, I will definitely be playing more Krogan Sentinel. Everybody else was level 20. That would also partially explain why we completely face rolled the goddamn encounter. was amazing. And if you look at the profits, that is good profits. I believe I specifically mentioned in the video. Also, I have the benefit of doing this the same day I recorded the actual commentary, so I remember, for the most part, the lion's share of what happened there. I mentioned specifically it's better to win at a level like bronze than to kind of fail in the middle of a silver round. It's more profitable. I really like that part of the game design. Alright, here I was back. It didn't take me long. Apparently not long at all. So I'd recommend, there's nothing wrong in playing bronze at all. Or even, silver. If you can do silver or gold, that's excellent. That's amazing. You'll get more in the long run, but if bronze is your thing, bronze is your thing by all means, especially like against an enemy like the Reapers, which I believe we have a Reaper round coming up. I'll say it, I'll keep saying it. Banshee's health needs to be halved. Like they're perfectly happy nerfing the fuck out of player abilities. Banshees are overpowered. They have the insta-kill thing where they grab you, and we will see an amazing example of that here because I wasn't being very smart about, Banshees and giving them the room they deserve. I saw it was Reapers, and I immediately regretted assenting to doing this with only 3 people, but I figured, we face-rolled it. We should be fine here, right? Well, I think one of these guys gets one of their friends to join up. I love it when they funnel into scope like that. I'll say it again. You get some beautiful ones of those, and that's just me missing a little bit. I'll tell you what, you get a headshot with the Paladin, it's over. Like, so effective. If you get the headshot, it's the emphasis. Early rounds, it's just tough to find where the enemies are. That's the toughest bit of a bronze early round, honestly. Train of thought ruined, completely ruined. That's gonna happen a bit. Even though this is post-commentary and my throat's a little bit dry. Figured I'd hold back a little bit. Using that scope, that's pretty much like a semi-auto sniper right there. A lot less weight. Gaben. Yeah, it's a Vanguard. That's where they joined. If you'll see it on the left, I didn't notice it for some time, but we now have a full squad. So I decided to bring him out, and then for this final guy, I mean, come on. This round is where I really start. Honestly, I was having a lot of fun fighting these Reapers because it was only bronze, so their bullshit enemies didn't show up for a while. Of course, as soon as they do, they start ruining my day, but like I'll say, the Banshee. So they've got the thing that grabs you and kills you instantly, not downs you so your friends can help, immediately removes you from the round completely, unless your teammates can stop them in the 5-10 seconds of that animation, which was the first time the Banshee grabbed me. That's what happened because I got lucky, and that saved me from learning how bullshit they were. They have a long-range attack that strips your shields completely and seeks very well. Like, you can dodge roll, you ain't doing shit. You're not getting out of that attack unless you physically put a wall. Like, physical cover will obviously do it. They have the Energy Nova attack, which stuns and takes shields away from everyone. They can just fucking scratch you and take your shields. They have the teleportal ability. They have that awful goddamn screaming, which doesn't really help them in... it's a psychological benefit, but it adds to their annoyance factor. Oh, and lest we forget, they are so durable. They're more durable than brutes. That's so fucked up. Although, as you can see, cannibals, not much of a problem. Having a lot of fun dealing with them. Also, it's probably because I try to scope down on a shotgun, which sometimes it works, but when an enemy is, say, moving side to side and they're really close, that's when you're going to miss with a shotgun, if you're going to miss at all. Because even though it's close range, they're moving side to side, so the amount of movement they do in terms of degrees across your vision is quite extreme. Let's put it like that. I guess that's the most eloquent I'm ever going to get about it. See, this is where you just... it's fun, like... just running around, getting a bit more of a feel for it, too, using either the shotgun or just... Here, like, I would have been in trouble with another class, but... no, my friends were here. Man, that Asari Vanguard in the red, she was the real MVP of this round, I gotta say. Did amazing work. Now, I should have gone and helped my teammate, but my friends had it, so I just kept headbutting. Very Krogan attitude. I think it's around here that I noticed we have a 4th person in the squad now. Random, like, public people can't join in the middle of a round. I've never joined in the middle of a round through matchmaking, but you can invite your friends to it, which, at least you can invite your friends. But that's the thing that sunk Halo 3 ODST, I believe, or one of the many factors, because it was a good game. I enjoyed the game thoroughly. Good campaign, really fucking short. That was the disappointment. It was so short. For the content you got, it was not worth the money, even though it was good. It was Halo content. And no matchmaking for your Horde mode. So eventually, fucking nobody had any of their friends who wanted to play it anymore. So bam, it didn't get played. I'll guarantee you, if you look at the numbers, like if you look at Bungie numbers they keep on that, like the statistics, you'll see that. See, cannibals, I had no problem. Well, I have a few problems with, but the mechanic of them growing stronger from eating enemies or getting upgraded by marauders and marauders, and I have no problem with those enemies whatsoever. It's Ravagers and especially Banshees I have a problem with. Those two are not fun to fight. They're at that level where it's not just that I hate them, because I hate Cerberus. Cerberus is fun to fight, except for those Phantoms, which are also complete bullshit. But look, Brutes, I have no problem with Brutes. And they have an insta-kill attack too, I think, but you're never dumb enough to get in face contact with the fucker. Unless you're me. I believe I do try that, yep. I just get there not quick enough, which is my only downs. I believe I do score a melee kill or two on Brutes later, which is such a glorious thing, really. It's so much fun running around, just goddamn bulldozer. And then I go toe to toe with a Brute. Not really a smart thing to do. You're just fight man to tiny baby man. Didn't even get much points for an assist, honestly. I did get that kill though. I managed to kill him before the biotic charge landed, which I thought was pretty badass. I'm pretty sure I said that in the commentary where that had to be scrapped. Round over. 50% strength already. Yep. This is another one of those rounds that just flew by, even though I'm badly injured. Hey, Krogan's, especially a Krogan Sentinel, that is like the definition of durability. And they did a really good job with it. Like in Mass Effect 2, Grunt was a beast. On Insanity, Grunt was who you took along for the really tough missions like the Collector ship, because he would go down eventually, but he's like magnitudes tougher than anybody else. It really was observable and crazy, and he had that melee move he did on enemies when they got close enough, which is basically what the Krogan here do, which that makes sense. That's what you do. God, they're just a little, I've been denied time and time. It'll pay off eventually, but when you see me shoot like that, well, sometimes it's just me fucking up or missing, but if I do something like that, it means I'm trying to force an enemy out of cover, because they will often react to shots you fire in that nature. There's a grenade. Yep, I did notice it. I felt pretty screwed at that point, even though things are going pretty well. See, the hack is going. All 4 players are on the hack. On higher difficulty levels, you might not want to do that. And I referenced the video earlier where he tells you about that sort of stuff. Pretty sure he missed. This is the one where I'm let us fight, girly man. Not the smartest decision I've ever made. Yeah. Yeah, I can't even get a little mad about it, because, that was pretty much the predicted outcome. So I decided to go take my rage out on him. Worked pretty well. I gotta say, charging like this works even better than it does when you're a Vanguard, which is I think is ironic. That's also probably why there's no Krogan Vanguard, because that would be the most broken fucking thing in the universe. And we see a Ravager, buddy. Even if it's just for a moment. I much prefer batting these guys around. That's just... It is what is good in life, let's put it that way. And the Eviscerator proves its quality. Not a lot of ammo capacity for it, though. That's pretty much true of all shotguns. The Geth Plasma Shotgun is good, but I don't know. For Krogan, I just felt it wouldn't be the optimal weapon for the situation. And maybe I should have taken I don't remember what it's called, the more rapid fire shotgun. Because the single shot, it doesn't work, because I fucking miss too much for that. I need a couple of shots, and frankly, 3 is way too little. And I wish I could get a spare magazine upgrade. Ah, and the Banshee. We didn't hear the screaming, though. That's one thing you should be thankful for. And I decided charging the Banshee was smart. I'd never seen that scratch move before. Now I did. Actually, this first Banshee went down pretty well, even though I decided. See, you see her array of bullshit moves. At first, I maybe thought she didn't do the bullshit insta-kill on bronze. She does. I just got lucky. She was just cycling through other moves in her moveset. All of which are complete bullshit, by the way. I'm never going to stop harping on Banshees until they fucking fix them. Hell, by the time this video goes up, they very well may have. This is significantly recorded, significantly in advance. Significantly. Because Operation Raptor took place until April 1st, and I have no clue when this video is going up, honestly. Ah, Ravager. If you get them close enough, they... Huh. They do that melee attack where they burst their sacks on you on purpose, which I guess makes sense. They're like carrier forms. But it does mean they won't use their artillery guns, which are the main reason why I fucking hate them. See, even Ravagers, I fucking hate them, but I don't want them to not exist. I want Banshees to not exist. And if I can't get that, you know, because that would be a significant change to the game. So that's never going to happen. At least nerf the fuck out of them. Oh, I already get flashbacks to the London, that basically the final real fight you have in London where you have to hold the line with the Thanix missile batteries. See, now the Reapers are bringing out their heavy assets to play. Was this the one? Yes! God, that is so... That makes you feel like a man. To just go up to one of the fuckers. Or at least it, put it this way, it gives you a sense of testosterone, or just... It makes you feel like a Krogan man, at least. Which I guess makes sense. That's what your character is. I should have had something to drink for this commentary, and I don't want to stop it because that'll involve annoyingly like trying to sync it up again. Although frankly it wouldn't be that difficult to do it. I'm pretty sure, yeah, we're kind of approaching the end anyway. I think I'll just man through it. Oh, Banshees, is this the one? I don't remember. See, I decide since charging him worked last time, what I'll do is do that again. Look at this, this. She dragged me across the map. That was not me moving my character. Since she couldn't legitimately kill me because I wasn't even near her, she just said fuck it, and I was across the map. That's what people talk about when they say Banshees drag people across the map. That. I was so fucking pissed at that. And you know what? I had every right to be. Now, it was stupid to get near her, but she didn't hit me. She didn't. That the game says she did is not valid. Look at that. I didn't actually notice how Dr. Ahmed here, or Master Ahmed, I guess that's how it conflated to Dr. Ahmed in my head, did the biotic charge thing. I'm sure my commentary is a little out of sync now because of the slowdown issues. I'll see what I can do about that. That was pretty much when my emotional high, because like all this time you just gotta imagine me going like literally screaming. It was pretty hilarious. I figured my family in the other room had to be a little worried about me, because Let's Playing is slowly turning me into the kind of asshole who yells at video games, which I never was before. And I had a roommate like that in college, and oh, that was terrible. A couple, actually. And it's terrible. So, of course, let the Krogan do the technical thing while you guys hold off the bad guys. This time I realized the Banshee probably need a little bit of space, at least until she's weak. Then you know you can try to finish him off in style. But I had been, I was a little gun shy, bad metaphor, after that situation. Ah, Ravagers. Doesn't matter how tough you are. Their bullshit damage will get you. And I couldn't see the screen because there was a bit of glare because I was recording in the morning. That's my excuse for thinking I can move through a solid wall. or even revive my teammate through it. That wouldn't be unprecedented in the series. I remember specifically in Mass Effect 2, there were a couple points where you could grab loot through walls and shit. That one too, yes. Uh, if I'd done a big melee instead of the headbutts, which I'd always recommend. Big melee takes more time. Headbutts though they don't do enough damage and they don't stun your enemies that much. Unless you can kind of give them in a corner and bam, bam, bam. So I'm tapping the spacebar furiously. Then eventually I just say fuck it and use a meta gel, since I hadn't in a while. And of course my teammate was like so close to getting me. Honestly, I maybe should have just laid down and died for the round. Plenty of time left. This objective is going to get done. I do appreciate all the time they give you for these devices. They give you like a lot of time. I wouldn't say too much because that would imply I think the numbers should go down. I don't. Yes. 2 brute melee kills. Even though I was so pissed over the fucking Banshees and how broken they are. And just hating Reapers in general. I gotta admit, that'll brighten anyone's day to get 2 Krogan melee kills on brutes. It's such a fucking stupid and Krogan thing to do. You just know they do it. And this is pretty much what Rex did, fucking melee charge it. The problem is, I then backed up, which gave him license to use his artillery guns on me. So I said fuck it and popped a survival pack. The second one of the round that's been used, because I have a cap of 3 and there's only 1 left. Otherwise, trying to, ration my supplies. Don't use rocket launchers on fucking bronze level. Like, that's really by advice. Like, silver level, you can justify it here, you justify it there. I wondered what was happening, because this is the effect you use for pyro attacking you, but this is actually the Krogan Blood Rage. And I believe I commented on how useful it was considering we were between rounds. And that's another round, everybody. I don't know, the time has been flying by for me. I'm trying to keep the talking up and trying not to fall silent. Although, honestly, I'd prefer falling silent to just literally spouting gibberish. I know that's pretty much what I do on any given day in any given LP, but you'll appreciate the differences. So I figure I'll hold down this flank because that's typically what I do, because everyone else tends to hold the other flank. Although the Reapers don't really hit us. There we go. Another bullshit insta-kill. Can't do anything. Can't do anything at all. I was just pissed by that one. I just wanted that thing dead. That's why I charged it. Such bullshit. Seriously, the fact that they can just remove you from play without any hope of your teammates reviving you by itself is bullshit. I ended up accidentally reviving, and then someone else was reviving, and oh, it was such a mess. So I just decided to do what Krogans do best. Hit stuff. Going out there is not a good idea, though. This extraction zone actually has a lot of cover. And the enemies can only come at you through really 2 ways, which it's good for defense. On gold, you're gonna get swamped. I guarantee that's... Gold on this map would probably just be tough in general, for a couple reasons I can think of. Long-range shotguns, but that's what the Eviscerator does. I could switch to my pistol, but by this point I a little bit forgot it existed this round. Or at least in the sense of I wasn't using it a ton. And here we go. A little celebratory headbutt. Yay us. I believe after this I was anticipating lunch so much that I was pretty much done. We do have the money to purchase a couple packs though. I believe a veteran and a couple regulars. Look at the payout for that. That's nice. That's like winning a gold round. Or at least winning a silver round. And because we're at maximum readiness, bonus XP. You'll note one of us didn't get extracted, the one who died. If we'd gotten full extraction, I could have leveled up to 14. But that's fine. So I decided to go with, I believe, a tech armor upgrade, because frankly, every power here is good. Which is something you can rarely say, because there's always like one power you just don't fucking use. But This one's good. And since I didn't remember to pulse my armor ever, I believe I eventually decided to just take the extra 5% damage protection just to make myself a little tougher rather than the pulse upgrade. He really does look like Rex, doesn't he? And I stayed in the lobby even though I had no real intent of continuing the game. Veteran pack. All kinds of supplies and stuff. I always round up supplies. Upgrade for the Vindicator. I gotta admit, the card system where it's randomized, and sometimes you can even get like EXP for classes you've already maxed out and stuff. No bueno. That needs to be fixed too, and it never will. But I'm saying it should be. Human Male Adept. You get class EXP and a new appearance customization options. That's fine, especially out of a regular creative recruit crate. That's fine. Once I get that Asari Adept, man, I am just gonna rip stuff up. This is pretty much the end of it, everybody. Thanks for watching.